You guys, I still cannot get over what happened to Nairobi in season 4 of Money Heist. I want the creator of the show to come up with some twists and bring Nairobi back. All of this could be a dream. I don't know. I hope the writers team comes up with a killer story as always, cause I'm sure many of the fans want her back. After releasing the previous video I did about Nairobi, I found out that just like me, you guys are her fans as well, so I decided until they bring her back to La Casa del Papel, I'll tell you about the person who has portrayed this badass character, Alba Flores. So hit the bell and the subscription button and get your popcorn ready, and let's find out everything about everyone's favorite actress. Before we start, despite the fact that I have already dropped spoilers, I felt like right now was the right time to give you the spoiler alert. I try not to reveal too much, but still, if you haven't finished season 4 yet, go and do that and then come back. It is impossible not to drop a few spoilers. Okay, so now that I have warned you, let's start with everything that has to do with Alba Gonzalez Villa. The 33-year-old actress who, after her masterful performance in Money Heist, has received recognition from Stephen King himself, was born in Madrid, Spain on October 27th of 1986. Alba has gypsy origins from her paternal family, as her father was the Spanish singer-songwriter Antonio Flores, who was the son of the great Lola Flores known as La Faraona. On the other hand, Alba's mother is the theater producer Ana Villa. So from her birth, Alba was surrounded by art. Not only her father and grandmother were musicians, and in addition to her mother being involved in theater, but her paternal aunts Lolita and Rosario Flores are also renowned artists in both music and theater. With so much influence, Alba could not avoid following the same passion, and at just 13 years old, she already made stories of her own. However, somehow the tragedy of her family has always been following her like a shadow. Since 1972, her grandmother, the legendary Faraona, had to fight against breast cancer, and in the mid-80s, she got into some financial problems because she was accused of not paying her taxes. Unfortunately, after more than 2 decades of trying to beat the disease, she finally lost the battle in 1995. But that was only the beginning of the tragedy that followed the Flores family. Alba's parents had married in 1986, 7 months before she came into the world. Her mother, Anna, was always a pillar and a great support for Antonio, but unfortunately, the composer could not avoid falling into the temptations of illegal substances. Although Anna always tried to help him out of the hole, eventually she got tired of doing it without accomplishing anything and decided to divorce him. For some time, Anna and Antonio continued to have a good relationship for the sake of the daughter they had together, but unfortunately another tragedy happened in the lives of the Flores family. Alba's father not only made his ex-wife miserable, but since years before his mother died, poor Faraona also lived in anguish because of her son. However, after the sad death of Doña Lola, Antonio fell into a deep depression, and shortly after the death of the legendary singer, her son dedicated his last concert to her in Pamplona. And I say his last because just 2 weeks after his mother's sad departure, Antonio Flores himself was found dead at his home in Madrid. The cause of his death was a deadly strong combination of alcohol and barbiturates. At first, there was talk that the singer had taken his life. However, soon after, the truth was revealed and new information claimed that his death had been accidental. The whole family was devastated when that happened, but there was someone who was affected by Antonio's tragic departure more than anyone, and that was his sister, Rosario Flores, who, according to her own words, had lost her soulmate. She said, and I try to translate it as accurately as I can, "After my mother died, Antonio called us and told us that he couldn't live without her. He lacked her light. Antonio's death was a tragedy because nobody expected it. He died of love because one always dies because of that. Love is like that. It's incomprehensible." This was part of what Rosario said in the emotional documentary Lazos de Sangre. She went on and talked about how she felt when she found out about the death of her brother, saying that day, I lost my soulmate. I jumped, I screamed a lot, I had a nervous breakdown. I think releasing so much anger saved me. It affected everything until I realized that my brother was more from heaven than from earth. Almost a year after Antonio's death, Rosario released the song Que Bonito, and dedicated it to her brother. Now, you see why I told you that the tragedy had been present for a long time in the life of Alba's paternal family. But fortunately, this has not been the case in Nairobi's own life. Quite the contrary, since she appeared in the series Vis-a-Vis and of course in the highly successful Casa de Papel, our money heist, the success and recognition have not stopped her. Obviously, with such talents and unique appeal, she has been successful not only professionally but romantically as well. Alba's not one of those who talks too much about her private life, and honestly, good for her because it's called private for a reason, right? However, her love preferences is not that much of a secret for everyone. Very little is known about the romance she had some time ago with the Spanish singer Odina Maldonado, but it seems that it did not work because in October of 2019, she was seen passionately kissing a mysterious woman who is allegedly a model, but her name has not been revealed. The truth is that regardless of who it is, what matters to us is that Nairobi is happy, and if this mysterious woman is the one that gives her happiness, we are happy. And now, the time has come for me to spoil everything and ruin the whole thing for the ones who have not finished watching the 4th season yet. Get ready, cause it's a spoiler alert. Or maybe you can cover your ears now. Honestly, I don't think any of us are still over the ending of the season 4. On one hand, the Paris plan was a successful one, but on the other, the head of security, Gandia, ended the life of Nairobi with a shot in the forehead. I warned you guys, not once, not twice, but so many times. Don't tell me I didn't. However, as tragic as Nairobi's death was for all fans, there was also emotional moments. After the series finished, the production shared a video of Alba's last scene, and in the video, Nairobi with her blood on her face and body thanks to both of her peers and everyone involved in making the series' success possible. She said, "I've been working with some of the team for many years now, and I want to thank you all for everything that you've taught me. I've grown here as an actress more than I've ever imagined I would, and as a person too. I hope to get to film 16,000 times more with you. I'm going to miss you all." These were Alba's words that moved the cast and crew to tears, and as she is walking off the set, she mentions the reason why she had to leave the series and how she feels about it. Here are her exact words. "It's over, and I have nothing on the horizon. It's a really liberating feeling because, well, I need a rest." But the emotional tributes did not stop there. The production team also shared a beautiful image of Aigata Nairobi Jimenez on their different platforms. And in the photo, you can see the emblematic characters surrounded by daisies and white carnations with the emotional caption, "Ciao Bella." I'm pretty sure some of the fans are still crying over Nairobi's death. They could have removed anyone else, but they decided to choose the fans' favorite. But wait a second there, there's always hope. Some fans actually think that like Berlin, masterfully played by Pedro Alonso, Nairobi will also reappear in the next or future seasons of the series. Maybe only in flashbacks or actually in the series. Maybe she's not dead after all. But what do the fans have to rely on to say such a thing? Well, at first because, as I was saying, one of the favorite characters of the fans had appeared in flashbacks throughout the latest season, but Berlin was not the only one of the dead characters that have continued to appear in the series. Others were Moscow, played by Paco Tous, and Oslo, portrayed by Roberto Garcia. But all of these are just theories since neither the actress nor anyone involved in the production have confirmed anything about the return of her character to the story. Think about it, why would they say their goodbyes if she were to come back anyways? Maybe all of this is just a show. Although, wait, now that I remember, Alex Pina, the creator of the series, has already expressed his intention to record some spin-offs of some characters, and yes my friends, one of them is preciously Nairobi. His words were, "Nairobi, Professor, and even Denver, they are the characters with particular charms. I would love to write spin-offs for all of them." Does this mean that this is going to happen for sure? I'm already excited about it. By the way, although there's nothing confirmed yet, how soon do you think we can expect the premiere of the 5th season? Well, according to the Spanish blooper portal, we would not only have a 5th but even a 6th season. However, with the situation that exists throughout the planet due to the spread of the COVID-19, not only La Casa del Papel, but many other filming and premieres of the series and movies have had to have been suspended, so there's not even a probable date for this. Well, there are priorities in everything, and the Heist is most important right now, and this thing for us, including the actors and actresses in the series, is to stay safe and sound. Once we get out of this situation, fingers crossed, we'll talk about premieres and dates. Now let's focus on something else. So tell me, what do you think of the 4th season of La Casa del Papel? Were you shocked that Nairobi died? And who's your favorite Money Heist character? Let's talk about all of that in the comments, and remember to like and share and become part of our Curious Tips family by subscribing to our channel. Oh, and also, don't forget about our Instagram account. So see you guys next time.